All right, hello guys, welcome back to this channel. This is Zika speaking. So in today's video, I'm not going to be speaking alone. The reason is because I'm going to be inviting someone in the name, with the name Mr. Victor Osukak. And Mr. Victor Osukak is a business consultant who does a lot of sales registration and all. And the truth is that he has had an experience for a lot of years, right? That's why I'm bringing him up. And I've noticed that he does sales registration, in a particular niche. And personally, I register anybody, right? But I've seen this person consistently registering people in a particular niche, right? So that's why I felt it's important for me to bring him on this particular channel so that I can share his secrets with us, right? So that you guys can learn and you would stop doing one business in 1 month. I don't think you will be able to meet up with your financial responsibility if you're only registering one business in 1 month. Now that CAC has even exploded the cost of registration, you might have to encourage people further. So we're going to be hearing from him right now. So, Mr. Victor, you're welcome. Can you hear me, Mr. Victor?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. I think the
All right,
network
all right.
was freezing up a little, but I can hear you
Sorry,
now.
sorry about that. So, you can introduce yourself, sir.
Hmm.
You can introduce
Okay,
yourself, yeah.
so my name is Victor. My name is
Okay,
Victor Sukag. I'm a business consultant and much more. I see myself as a project support personnel. So whatever kind of
okay,
projects you're doing, from audio to uh, name it, whatever kind of projects, I just like to be there to, support different kinds of projects. Yeah. So but to center on what our discourse is about, I do CAC registration, and I've been very consistent with that I've been doing this for some years. And funny enough, I was introduced to that by my wife. Yes, yeah. Amongst many other things that my wife does, she used to do CAC registration, and she still does CAC registration. So, but you know, she kind of got very busy with our own business. We also have another business that we do, and she kind of got very busy, and so she kept nudging me. "See, you should." And sometimes when I have one or two clients, those days, I'll tell her, hey, this person wants to register. Sometimes I used to forward the people directly to her. And then sometimes when they come, I'll send the details and say, okay, I've gotten this person, do the registration. And because of, the pressure of
okay,
the other part of business that we do, which is the front line in that particular business, you know, so
okay.
the pressure was really telling on her. And so she kept telling me, you should come on board and be doing this registration now yourself. I just saw it as something that you get client just once in a while. Now this one, Shana,
Yeah,
this one person will take, they make money, you know.
that's so now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, yeah. So, but then eventually I just started learning. It was easy for me to learn. I mean, it's just I've done a little of software engineering, so I mean, it's not
Okay.
to do a walkthrough of the application, find where things are,
Mm,
and so she puts me through, and then I also started doing a lot of YouTube videos, to because when I want to do something, I like to know a lot more about it. I don't like to,
about it.
somebody's
Okay.
asking a question about something that is related to what I do, and I say I don't know, or I feel like I'm handicapped. So I want to have a lot of
I
information
understand.
about that. So I started
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
YouTube, started learning a lot about it. So why am I telling this story? I think that this has been one of the greatest factors to my marketing strategy itself. Yeah,
Okay,
my penchant for doing research or just trying to know a lot about, the different kinds of questions that are frequently coming from clients. And yeah, so I
okay.
started doing a lot of YouTube reviews, how to do this, how to do name reservation,
Mm,
how to do name reservation for NGOs, that's incorporated trustee
okay,
general, how to do for limited liability
okay,
company. I started reading about how to do for group. Okay, so how to register group, how do you register, so things like that. Yeah, things like that. So that now gave me a lot of ideas. So like I said, I like to see myself as a project support personnel. So when I'm talking to clients about when I started picking interest in this thing, oh, I should actually be doing this more. So I started putting myself out there more, started, posting about it on my WhatsApp status, on my Facebook. I should say I don't post a lot on my Facebook, but once in a while, I post, about that. But I do a lot of posting on my WhatsApp
Okay.
status too. Yeah.
All
And
right.
so, and you find that sometimes, you know, when people ask, see your post about a particular thing, let's use the CSC for instance, and they're asking you question about it. Most time they are not ready to do registration as at that time. But you see, they will come back to
Exactly.
you
Very
later
correct. Yeah.
or not. Yeah. When they will come back to you later or not
Mm-hmm.
depends on how you answer or how you educate them on the subject
Consistent.
as at the time they were asking you a
Mm,
question about the thing.
true.
Yeah.
True.
So that's
True.
why
True.
I see myself, beyond just a CAC registration person. I see myself as a project support person. So I feel
Okay.
like I'm supporting your business. I feel like I'm supporting whatever kind of project you're doing. At any time you're asking me a question that is in the area of my knowledge, I try to answer you. I try to ask you questions that are specific to the kind of business you're doing. I try to, see how to um, relate.
So
You understand? I try to see how to relate what
so Mr. Victor,
you
yeah,
are
let me
asking me.
let me come in. Let me come in right now. Let me come in right now.
Okay,
One of the major things you have mentioned that really caught my attention is that the place of knowledge is key. What you are trying to say in essence is that you must be
very key,
knowledgeable in the
very
registration
key.
process itself. That anybody comes to you to ask you a question, not that you now start calling someone else. Because I have some
Exactly.
students like that personally. You're in the group together, right?
Mm,
It is until they
mm,
get a client, right,
mm.
before they start, asking questions. So they follow the question of
Yeah,
the client,
yeah,
and if I'm chanced, I will respond to the
yeah.
question. And at the end of the day, you will see that when there is a discrepancy in the time of response, they will know that this one doesn't know what he's doing. So one of the major things is
Mm,
knowledge, right?
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Knowledge,
okay. So
knowledge,
let me
knowledge,
let me now
knowledge.
ask this
This
question.
cannot be
Let me now ask
overemphasized.
this question. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So let
Okay.
me now ask
Carry on.
this
Carry on.
question now. Let me drill down. Let me drill down. If you talk about the aspect of you being able to drill down to a particular niche, like I mentioned initially in your introduction, that most of the people you register, they are schools.
Mm,
How have you been
mm.
able to penetrate
That's
that
true.
aspect, right? That if
Mm,
on the platform able to register 10 schools, I can point to Mr. Victor, he registered 7 or 8 of those schools. How are you able to penetrate into that
yeah.
particular niche in CSC registration? Please walk us through that.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, you know, this some of the things I was trying to, talk about earlier on, comes to this. I think, when we just started, maybe in the previous session, I had also mentioned that sometimes when people are asking you questions about CAC, they are not ready at the time to do registration. So whether they will
True.
come back
Yeah.
later in the future is going to depend on, how well you educate them, how how better they feel, how knowledgeable they feel after they have
Mm,
spoken to you about this subject, whether they were
okay.
ready to register at that
Mm,
time or not. So funny enough, most of my school registration jobs comes from one person. Most of them. And how
mm,
did I get this
mm,
one person?
mm, mm.
Yes, it was exactly this way. And that one person happens to, in a ministry kind of office. A lot of schools have to come
Okay.
and do formalization, and most of those schools, when they come, they need to do, the CFE registration for them to do, the formalization that they need for their schools. You understand?
Mm,
Yeah, I'm keeping,
mm.
out some of the information for,
I understand.
a reason. Yeah. So,
Privacy.
when this person first talked with me about school, about registration generally, everything looked like somebody who was ready to do to do registration. You understand? But I took my time,
Mm,
talked with this person, gave this person options. Then after, like, I think it was up to like 3 months or 4 months, this person got back to me and said, I have one registration. Okay. So, and then, we talked about our arrangement. So the person became my affiliate eventually. And even when he became my affiliate, the school registration was coming in maybe once in 2 months, once in 3 months. You understand? But because these
Mm,
people
mm,
are a gateway, you understand? They're in a place where they
mm.
will be a season that they will have so much inflow of school
Exactly.
formalization that they have, so they
Hmm.
access to most of those clients. And you know, it goes. I should also mention that it goes beyond the fact that you have access to somebody who is a gateway, who has a
Mm,
lot of people who needs to do this registration, and the person knows you. It goes
mm,
beyond that. The extra thing that needs to apply for that relationship to work better is that
mm,
you have to be a reliable person.
mm.
You have to be a
True.
reliable person. So for me, this my affiliate, the guy can send me a name. Thank God for the era of AI now. You understand? Those
Yeah.
days, you have to apply and wait for 1 week or so to get whether a denial or an approval for a particular school. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
But,
Exactly.
but now, even people who do not have the money currently to register but have a name in mind, who want to register
Mm,
maybe in the next 2 weeks, but somehow they have a plan for it, they can approach him and tell him, hey, this my, you say, okay, you would simply tell them, oh yeah, bring your name. You understand? And then you will pass the name to me, and I'll do a search
mm,
immediately. So that means that this guy can send me a message by 10 p.m. As long as I'm awake,
mm,
I will answer him. You understand?
I
So my
understand. I
communication with the
understand.
guy is on a speed dial.
Mm,
He
mm,
can send me a message in anywhere. And as long
mm,
as, so the guy knows that I'm reliable. Anytime he
mm,
needs an information, a feedback, he needs to advise, a client on something, once he gets through to me, he will
mm.
get an, immediate response. Yeah.
Hmm.
So because of
Okay.
that, why that is important is because the ministry where the guy is not the only person who is an affiliate. In fact, they may also be other people who are also registering schools. You understand? There are also other people who are
Yes.
registering
Yes.
schools
Yes.
for
True.
their clients who are coming. So what will make people prefer him?
Mm-hmm.
People prefer him is because I am going to make sure that his delivery time is as quick as possible.
Short
So
as
as long as his
possible.
delivery
Hmm.
time is as exactly as long as his delivery time is as quick as possible, so he's going to become, you understand, the first person that
Hmm.
comes to mind when clients come there and they need a CAC registration.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. So, but that also does not limit me to just schools. I do a lot
Yes.
of other registration, NGOs, churches, and
Okay.
yeah, all other kinds of forms of businesses. But
So.
I think that they take away in this mainly. Let me just drop this. They take away in this
Okay.
mainly is form strategic relationships. Find people
Perfect.
who are working in ministry, find people who are working in
Hmm.
banks,
Hmm.
find people who are working in banks. Most people from, what is it called? The departments in bank, the marketing departments in bank. They
Yes.
go outsource for clients. Most of the clients they go to source
They've
don't
not
have
registered
corporate
their
accounts
businesses.
because their
Hmm.
business have not been registered. So the
True.
people who
True.
will link those clients back to you are the bank,
Hmm.
marketing staff. So
Hmm.
form those kind of relationships and tell them you're doing this. You understand? And
Yeah.
where possible, make them affiliate. So that means
Hmm.
you're giving them discount. That means you're
True.
giving them
True.
discounts on on registration. You have an
Hmm.
understanding. And as
Hmm.
much as possible, when they are going to be under pressure because those people are exposed to the crowd. Don't use
Yes.
your own level of pressure to, you understand? I
Yeah.
mean, your level of pressure might be because of maybe safety network,
True.
you can't get login,
Payments.
but you can't be judging exactly payment. You can't be judging issues based on, you understand, you're also going to reason like what kind of situations are they faced with. They may be having clients who do not understand the jargons that you know about safety
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
registration. So as much as you can give them timely responses on
Updates.
things, as
Mm-hmm.
much as if
Very good.
something is not working, updates. If something is not working, manage their expectations. Tell
Mm,
these clients, if something is not working and you know that it might take you like 2 days to fix, tell these clients it's going to take like 3 to 4 days to fix it. That way, you
yes.
understand, they are also able to manage clients on their end. You
Yes.
understand?
True.
So
True.
create strategic relationships like that and manage expectations, manage your communications well, and you
Hmm.
know, um,
The,
so
the, the truth is that
basically in a
the
nutshell.
truth the truth is that this is just the best place to stop. We already spent 15 minutes. Can you imagine? And I wasn't even expecting to have a long conversation with you, but that's just you have given all the. So by this time, anybody that watches this video, if by now you
Mm,
cannot strategically place yourself in an advantageous position where you be getting, so
exactly.
that means that even you don't have to do the marketing yourself again. You can have people
Exactly.
that will help you do the marketing.
Mm,
Just give them
exactly.
discounts and they can reach you
Exactly.
anywhere they go to.
Exactly.
You talked about knowledge.
Exactly.
You talk about being a reliable person. You've talked about
Mm,
getting the right contact. That is making sure you have affiliate people that can, market you and all.
mm,
You've talked about quick
mm,
delivery. Once they ask you questions,
mm,
you want to respond in time and be able to
mm,
deliver their
mm,
jobs in time. And you've talked about
mm,
building a system around what you do. I really learned a lot personally. I've been doing this registration for a long time, and most of the things you have mentioned, I've also been able to add some of these things to my business, and I've seen the effects skyrocket. We met on YouTube. You came to me from YouTube. Am I correct? You came through YouTube. So it
yes,
is
yes,
that place of
that's it.
showing the place of having knowledge that we got to connect. And you can
Mm,
see that when you put yourself in an
exactly.
advantageous position where you are showing or proving to people that you are knowledgeable, it makes all the difference.
Mm,
People will rely on you.
true.
And let me just summarize with this as we are closing that there was a time I've
Okay.
seen people come to me, my DM, oh, I want to register my business. Oh, this is the fee for it. And they just send the money
Mm,
without sending the
mm,
details.
mm,
And so sometimes those things baffle me. I now see that the
mm,
reason for that is because I've played myself as a strategic person and I've
mm,
dominated in that aspect. So one of the ways I
mm,
think people can also do, like I've mentioned, the place of knowledge is to make sure they
mm,
dominate
mm,
in that particular aspect. Don't be
mm.
banking on just the family and friends that you have. Learn to get other people
True.
outside. Thank you so much,
True.
Mr. Victor.
True.
You really made my day right now. So would I hope a lot of people will subscribe to this channel after watching this video, right? So and then
Mm.
we'll be able to maybe subsequently we can plan maybe once a month we can meet up like this and share some few tips to as many people as possible. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
No problem at all. It's been a pleasure.
All
It's
right.
been a pleasure. Have a
Same here,
beautiful
same
day,
here,
sir.
same.
Yeah.
Amen. I need to, yeah. Thank you. All right, guys. So kindly make sure you subscribe to this channel and make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you implement all the things we've talked about in this video. I hope you're going to do that. See you in the next one.